Hello, everyone. Today I'm with Avi Dichter here in his home in Ashkelon, and I want Avi to tell you about the basic law that he introduced. I think it's about 4 years ago now or so in the Knesset, but just last week I think it was had its first reading and it passed in the Knesset, and so it's the basic law. I'll just tell my little paraphrase. It really states the obvious. But I'm going to ask Avi to talk about it and explain it.
About the basic law, it says Israel is the nation state for the Jewish people. It's a law that takes care of the Jewish interest as a nation state. We don't have a basic law, we don't have a constitution in Israel, so it's all based on basic laws. The Declaration of Independence from 1948 is not a basic law in Israel. It's a document, it's a very important statement, but it's not the basic law. And we have to make sure that people will understand that the same as we have equal rights to individuals, we do not have equal rights to the Jewish people in Israel compared to the other minorities. I mean, according to my basic law that we passed at the first reading last week, we say that Israel will help any Jews worldwide, whether Israelis or non-Israelis. It doesn't say that Israel will help any other minority, whether it's Muslims or Christians or Druze, who live in Syria or elsewhere. Israel will do it when it comes to Jewish people. Israel will help all its citizens who are in trouble overseas, whether they are Jews or Christians or Muslims or Druze. So that's, for example, one sentence in the basic law that gives you the feeling and the mood why we need such a decision to be made in order to make sure that people will understand Israel is the nation state for Jewish people. For example, we put it in the basic law, the symbols of Israel, the national symbols, the flag. So we were criticized by the Israeli Arabs. We cannot tolerate Magen David, a David Star, in the Israeli flag. So how come? But you have tens of countries that have a cross on their flag, the Union Jack and all the other countries. You have Arab countries, and in those countries you have a minority of Muslims or Jews or others. We have Arab countries that for years, as long as they allowed the Jewish people to live there, there was the Muslim symbol on their flag. In Iraq, it's even written, Allahu Akbar, God is great. And nobody told them anything about it. So why, if the only Jewish state worldwide, they have a David Star flag, symbol on its flag, I don't think that should bother anyone. Then they tried to attack by the languages. In our basic law, it says that Hebrew is the nation language, the state language, which is obvious. Hebrew is the state language. Arabic has a special status. It will allow any Arabic speaker to get an access to all governmental services, and nothing is going to harm the Arabic language compared to what was before the basic law was passed. So I don't think anything that along those who are claiming that this basic law is going to erase the Arabic language, which is, sorry to say, nonsense, with all respect to those people. And I think that more than that, I think that we defined in our basic law some very important principles. One of them says that the only national people who are allowed to define Israel as their national state are the Jews. I mean, nobody, not even one other minority, can define Israel as their nation state. You cannot define Israel as a nation state for Muslims, a nation state for Christians, a nation state for Jews, or a nation state for any other minority. Only Jews are allowed to define Israel as their nation state. And for very good reason. We don't have, for Jews, any other country that absorbs Jews from all over the world. They land in Ben Gurion Airport, and on the spot they become Israeli citizens. We don't have it with any other people. and with any other minority. And that's why it's very important to make sure that Israel will remain, by basic law, as a nation state for the Jewish people. As I said at the beginning, we have a basic law from 1992 that speaks about the rights of each individual, which is exactly the same rights if you are Jewish, Muslim, Christian, Jews, or any other person. We don't speak about the human rights for individual, but we speak about the national rights for national minorities and or majority like the Jews in Israel, and that's we indeed want to make sure that nobody will make a mistake. Israel is the nation state for the Jewish people.
To that, I'll say amen for sure. Thank you, Avi, for taking the time. And I want to talk to Avi later if there's anything that we can do to help support him in his efforts in making sure that the Israeli government knows that people around the world support this as well as what Avi's doing. Thank you.